1.
My name is Beth. I'm a computer scientist at Orfeo, involved in product development. I studied mathematics and computer science, first in honours at the University of Cape Town, and then followed by a master's at University of Oxford.
My name is Anouk. I did a Bachelor of Commerce Honours in Financial Analysis and Portfolio Management at UCT. I started working at Orfeo towards the end of last year, and the project I currently am doing is researching neural networks.
Well, my name is Darko. I studied business science, actuarial science at UCT. I graduated in December 2006 and started working at Orfeo as an actuarial business consultant. I've been working on the modeling project recently, which is basically just modeling financial scenarios.
My name is Tarsis. Started working with Orfeo at the beginning of 2006. I studied actuarial science in Stellenbosch. My main areas are helping out with commission and then also helping 3 international countries, doing business consulting, implementing new products, just basically helping them out.
Hi, my name is Elaine. I'm also pretty new to Orfeo. I graduated at the end of last year also with business science, actuarial science, and started working pretty soon thereafter. I've mainly been involved in the modeling project as well, trying to represent generic financial situations through implementing statistical models like Markov chains to represent this and value in these scenarios.
Hi, my name is Yoda. I graduated from UCT at the end of 2003. I studied actuarial science as well. I'm a qualified actuary and we've been working for Orfeo for 2 years. At Orfeo, I'm basically the project manager, the contact point between Orfeo and the client, and also supervise also the business rules implementation, from valuations to new products to all sorts of new business rules. So,
Given that our major product is software, what is the extent of your IT experience?
None at all, I'm afraid. I studied business science.
Same year, I did a bit of Excel work, but minimum, bare minimum, that's it.
I just dabbled with some word processing and spreadsheets.
yeah, same here. Orfeo is essentially a different way of thinking, and I have sort of constructed quite big sort of Excel spreadsheet models before. And I actually do find that some features in Orfeo are sort of literally missing in Excel. For example, since Orfeo links knowledge directly together, there's a function that you can directly check which value is derived from which other input values. Whereas in Excel, you have to wade through your own formulas, look around spreadsheets. Where in Orfeo, it's all helpless to click the button. So it's much more useful, I would say.
I'd say it does. It basically, Orfeo categorizes values, useful data, in exactly the same way as Excel has a two-dimensional way of representing things. Orfeo just gives you the freedom of going into as many dimensions as you like.
And then, Doctor, you both new here. How long has it taken you to learn the Orfeo language?
Well, we started off with the first 2 weeks of work were just training, basically. The more senior guys sort of showed us the ropes. And that was basically the language and the logic in it. And yeah, what do you think?
You learn, sort of learning what tools you have to use is pretty quick and simple.
That's about 2 weeks.
And then it's just finding the way you express things so realistically and like obviously logically,
yeah.
the way you think. But you're so trained to sort of trying to express stuff in other programming languages. You train to try and express stuff so illogically that you have to go back to sort of first principle thought. So relearning how to think clearly and logically then does take a little bit of a while to get back to the most.
So how would you characterize the way in which you deal with the clients?
Well, it's quite simple actually. The client comes to me with requirements that we need to implement this product such as today. They give me drawn out spec on paper. Just sort of look at it, implement it. If I run into any problems, I get back to the actuaries on their side and say, look, there's a gap here, there's a gap there, you didn't give us the prices for this or that. And they'll just simply respond to me directly, deal directly with the people who will be using the stuff. So it's quite simple, no middleman involved or anything, it's direct client contact.
And nobody to implement the software, nobody to design databases, nobody to do anything. It's you and another actually.
Pretty much, yeah. They give me the requirements, say we want these individuals to implement, they give it to me. So implement it, document it for them, see if there's any problems, any gaps. Iron out as you go along, but it's basically just me and them. Or so the rest of the team is asking them, but nothing else.
And once you know exactly what they want, what sort of a development time are you talking about?
Well, obviously it depends on the complexity of the task, but I would say specs that we get given or any sort of unforeseen complications. I'd say a week max.
The hardest part is really to get the specific rules, the spec correct. Once you've got that, it's really fast.
Yeah. So yeah, it's ironing out all the sort of gaps
And their flaws.
mistakes.
On their side.
Well, yeah, basically flaws and sort of gaps in the specs. Ironing out that takes long. The rest is quite simple.
Have any restrictions in implementing products in Orfeo?
Restrictions. In what sense?
Any problems, anything that restricts you from anything into the
Not
product?
really. I mean, Orfeo is pretty sort of natural language to work with. I mean, you can actually express. Well, it's a pretty bold statement to make, but you can sort of express pretty much anything in Orfeo. There aren't really any limits. Even if you do run into some problem, like you're missing some the operator, or you wish things were expressed in a slightly different way, it's very quick to customize, to improve, to add things. So, no, not really. It's quite simple. Well, it's very flexible. You can make it as simple or as complex as you need it to be. So it's up to you really.
Yeah, I think from a new guy's perspective, obviously I haven't yet had a chance to encounter the most complicated product, but I mean you can just see that by just the way Orfeo breaks every problem down into its most simplest components. It's kind of like Lego. You can sort of get the feeling you can build anything. Just have to think logically about it.
Yeah.
How does Orfeo help to improve a company's performance?
It helps it in two ways. Firstly, you're working directly with the business people, so there's no like time lags, no unnecessary links between you and the specific person that wants something done. So that saves a lot of time and money. And secondly, once you've decided on something, it's so quick to implement. I mean, like we've already seen, like your product will take like a maximum of a week or so. So it's really, you can speed up your new product development, marketing, everything.
Well, I suppose another thing we should mention about integration is that in many other company systems you've got the separate sort of billing, separate payroll, separate claims, separate pricing, products, separate operations. Whereas in Orfeo, everything's integrated into one. So if you make some sort of one minor change that should influence everything, you just change the one concept, and it'll automatically feed through everywhere. You don't need to go to every sort of separate sort of sub-module and change things there. It automatically happens. So it cuts down on unnecessary changes. You only change it once where it should be changed. It automatically feeds through everywhere, throughout the whole enterprise. So it makes it much quicker, more convenient.